Right now, your brain is processing thousands of signals, deadlines, notifications, conversations, worries about the future, and buried beneath it all, a growing sense that something is off. You feel overwhelmed, distracted, wired but exhausted. Your mind will not shut off, and rest feels impossible. This is the reality of the overworked brain, and you are not alone. Modern life is pushing our nervous systems far beyond what they evolved to handle. Your brain was designed to handle short bursts of stress, not the chronic, low-grade chaos that defines our days now. And when this pressure builds without release, it rewires your biology, from cortisol and dopamine to attention span, immune function, and even memory. In this video, we will explore the real neuroscience of stress overload, what it does to your brain, how it sabotages your focus and health, and most importantly, how to reset. You will learn 7 science-based tools to calm your mind, rewire your stress response, and protect your cognitive power. Why is it that some people seem calm and collected under pressure while others fall apart? Why do even small tasks feel unbearable when your brain is overworked? And how can we restore clarity and calm? Not with hacks or hype, but with real research-backed interventions. Question for Yug: if your brain feels overstimulated 80% of the time, what is it costing you? To understand how to fix an overworked brain, we must first understand what chronic stress does to the nervous system, especially the brain. Stress is not just a feeling. It is a biochemical cascade. When your brain detects stress, real or imagined, it activates the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, or HPA axis. This system releases cortisol from your adrenal glands, which prepares the body to act. In short bursts, this is helpful. Cortisol mobilizes energy, sharpens focus, and increases alertness. But when stress becomes chronic, the system stays switched on. Cortisol remains elevated. The amygdala, your brain's fear center, becomes overactive. Your prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for rational thought and decision-making, shrinks in function. You become reactive instead of thoughtful, scattered instead of focused. Chronic stress also reduces dopamine receptor sensitivity, meaning that activities that used to feel enjoyable, like reading, walking, or even rest, no longer feel rewarding. This is the beginning of burnout. You are tired but wired, busy but unproductive. You feel overwhelming and then you numb out. This is not weakness. This is biology. And the fix is not to push through. It is to recalibrate your nervous system. Challenge, reflect on this. Is your brain working with you? Or just trying to survive your current pace? One of the most powerful ways to reduce stress is not in how you respond to stress, but how you prepare for it. Your stress set point is largely determined in the first hour of the day. If your brain begins the day in a reactive, overstimulated state, it becomes more sensitive to everything that follows. Here is how to build a morning anti-stress protocol. 1. Sunlight within 30 minutes of waking. This triggers a healthy cortisol spike, sets your circadian rhythm, and builds resilience to stress later in the day. Even on cloudy days, 115 minutes outdoors is powerful. 2. Avoid screens for the first 60 minutes. Scrolling immediately bombards your brain with novelty and dopamine, wiring it for reactivity. 3. Hydrate before caffeining. Water with electrolytes supports adrenal health and mental clarity. Caffeine too early increases cortisol erratically. 4. Move your body. Even 10 minutes of walking, stretching, or bodyweight exercise increases dopamine and reduces morning tension. 5. Practice breathwork. A few rounds of physiological sighs. 2 inhales, 1 long exhales, calm the vagus nerve and balance your alertness. When your brain begins the day in rhythm, not in panic, you increase your stress buffer. You are less reactive, more focused, and harder to overwhelm. Ask yourself, what is the first signal your nervous system receives each morning? Does it build stress or strength? Even with a strong morning, stress accumulates. Meetings, messages, multitasking, it all adds to the load. Without intentional resets, your brain reaches its cognitive threshold faster. You become foggy, impatient, and emotionally reactive. So how do you break the build-up? Use midday resets. Tool NU, NSDR, non-sleep deep rest, a 10 to 20-minute practice that puts your brain into a light trance state. It improves memory, reduces cortisol, and enhances dopamine receptor sensitivity. You can find free NSDR protocols on YouTube or through apps like Riveri. Tool A2Ju, walking without stimulation, 120 minutes of walking without your phone resets your default mode network. The part of your brain responsible for creative thinking and emotional regulation. Tool A3Ju, physiological size every 9 to 120 minutes. Use 30+5 size to prevent stress buildup. This interrupts the sympathetic nervous system before it dominates your mood. Tool H4Go, cold water to the face or neck, brief cold exposure, 360 seconds to the face, neck, or upper back stimulates the vagus nerve and resets your alertness. These practices are not time wasters. They are neural maintenance. They allow your brain to offload stress and keep performing under pressure. Reflection: when was the last time you allowed your nervous system to pause? Not just your schedule. One of the most overlooked contributors to an overworked brain is unstable blood sugar. When your glucose spikes and crashes, your cortisol rises in response. This leads to mood swings, irritability, and mental fatigue. Here is the neuroscience-backed nutritional protocol to reduce brain stress. 1. High-protein breakfast. Include 250-35 g of protein within 2 hours of waking. This stabilizes blood sugar and supports dopamine production. 2. Limit high glycemic foods during the day. Processed carbs, sugary drinks, and snacks cause glucose volatility, triggering a cortisol response. 3. Include magnesium-rich foods, leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, dark chocolate, and legumes support the parasympathetic nervous system and reduce anxiety. 4. Stay hydrating. Even mild dehydration increases cortisol and impairs cognitive performance. 5. Eat in a parasympathetic state. Do not eat while stressed, distracted, or rushing. Slow down, breathe, and chew mindfully. It is not just what you eat, it is how you eat. Your brain is an organ. It runs on nutrients, not just effort. A stressed brain on poor nutrition is like a race car on low-quality fuel. It cannot win. Challenge it. Try 1 day of eating protein forward, low-sugar meals. And observe your mental clarity. If your brain is overworked, chances are your nights feel restless. You may feel tired but wired, lie awake with racing thoughts, or wake up still exhausted. The issue: your stress hormones are not declining at night the way they should. Here is how to fix that. 1. Dimming lights 90 minutes before bed. Bright light suppresses melatonin and keeps cortisol elevated. Use warm bulbs, candles, or red light in the evening. 2. Screen cutoff time set. Digital sunset. Blue light and dopamine stimulation from screens trick the brain into staying alert. 3. Sleep supplements when needed. Key magnesium glycinate 2,400 mg, glycine N3 grams, and apigenin 50 mg support GABA and sleep onset. 4. Write down your worries. Journaling or a brain dump reduces amygdala activity. Externalizing thoughts calms internal loops. 5. Use NSDR before bed. This mimics sleep cycles and supports memory consolidation, reducing next day stress sensitivity. Evenings are the most powerful time to decrease the day's stress load. Sleep is not optional. It is neurological repair. Ask yourself, are your nights helping your brain recover, or just continuing the pressure of the day? Here is the paradox: not all stress is bad. In fact, small, controlled doses of stress, known as hormetic stress, can build resilience, sharpen focus, and improve brain function. The issue is not stress. It is chronic, unmanaged stress without recovery. So, how do you reframe it? X view stress as a signal, not a verdict. It means your brain needs attention, not that you are failing. G use controlled stress exposures, cold showers, exercise, public speaking. These build adaptability. Your brain learns that stress is survivable. G shift language. I am overwhelmed. My brain is under pressure. I need to regulate. J celebrate recovery as part of performance, not separate from it. Strategic rest increases productivity and long-term capacity. The most successful, focused, and calm individuals are not those without stress. They are those who manage it through structure, physiology, and mindset. Motivational challenging: what if your stress was not a signal to stop, but a signal to reset and rise? Let us close with a summary of science-based tools to reset an overworked brain. 1. Sunlight early in the day stabilizes cortisol and sets alertness rhythm. 2. Hydration plus protein-rich meals stabilizes glucose, supports neurotransmitters. 3. 23 physiological sighs every 901 minutes offloads stress before it accumulates. 4. NSDR, or meditation midday and or before bed repairs nervous system, improves memory. 5. Movement without stimulation, walking or stretching without screens, resets brain state. 6. Evening digital wind down low light lowers cortisol, supports melatonin and recovery. 7. Cognitive reframe: stress is information. Use it, then regulate. This is not about perfection. It is about building rituals that protect your mind. Small inputs, repeated daily, that keep your nervous system aligned and your cognition clear. You will still feel stress, but you will no longer drown in it. Your overworked brain is not the enemy. It is the messenger. It is telling you, I need rhythm. I need rest. I need less noise and more clarity. The good news: you now have the tools. backed by neuroscience, grounded in real biology, and proven to work. So I will ask you, what is the one ritual you will commit to this week to protect your brain from overload? Leave a comment. Share this with someone whose mind is running faster than they want. Let them know they are not alone and they are not broken. If this episode brought you clarity, please like, subscribe, and return to it whenever life gets too loud.